Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing marriage visas in the context of the Phuket Sandbox. And for those who are unaware, the Phuket Sandbox is basically a form of quarantine, but it's sort of island-wide quarantine on Phuket, wherein folks that come in, they meet all the criteria to be able to use the Phuket Sandbox, can come in, spend 14 days in Phuket, and not need to undergo what's called alternative state quarantine, where they have to spend 2 weeks in a hotel room before they will be sort of allowed out into the wild, if you will, allowed out into greater Thailand. But in Phuket, they can roam around the island as opposed to being in the room. And a lot of folks are starting to get interested in this. We're seeing a lot of folks that are using certificates of entry and trying to come into the Phuket Sandbox. And a question or a misconception that's come up here recently is people have asked me, well, does it only apply to tourists? Can I use, for example, a Thai marriage visa? I'm married to a Thai national. I want to come back into Thailand. I'd like to use the Phuket Sandbox sort of for that 2-week interval before I can get back to my wife or my husband in greater Thailand. Or in some cases, they actually live in Phuket, so it all kind of works out. And long story short, yeah, anybody can use the Phuket Sandbox. It's not tourists only. I can kind of understand how people think that because it's kind of aimed at tourists and it's kind of billed as a tourism, it's not a gimmick, but it's sort of a facilitating tourism into Thailand. But long story short, yeah, non-immigrant visa holders, including those that hold a Thai marriage visa, can avail themselves of the Phuket Sandbox scheme.